Hello everybody, welcome back to Screen Stars, welcome to another Xbox Series S review, and today I bring to you my review for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, this is a game past day one release, which is why I am playing it. Now, the Microsoft Flight Simulator games, I think most people have been around gaming for some length of time, has got a tale of crisis in regards to this game. I've dabbled with this game years gone by on PCs and things like that, and basically crashed and burned every time I've played it. This takes simulation to kind of a whole new level, really, this game, and the previous Flight Simulator games. And what do we get with this new version of Microsoft Flight Simulator? Well, very much the same as what you would expect from this game. Anybody that has followed this series will pretty much know what to expect here. Now, because it's a long time since I've played any kind of flight simulator games, it has taken me a little bit of time, and I was really determined to do this, to try and learn how to play this game and take it seriously. Now I'm a little bit older, I'm a little bit more patient than I was when I was younger. When you're younger, you just want to pick up a controller and just, take your plane off, shoot down the bad guys, etc, etc. And there's far more to this game than that. This is a simulation in every sense of the word. So I spent several hours when I first put this game on trying to put as much time into the flight school as possible, flight training. Now there's a whole array of flight training for you to undertake. You don't have to, but I would strongly recommend anybody who's going to play this game, and he certainly isn't a veteran of Microsoft Flight Simulator games, is to go to the flight training section, and it teaches you everything. Basically the basics of stuff on the ground. It teaches you what the instruments are, what they all do, and it talks you through everything if that's what you want it to do. And then it teaches you how to take off, how to land, how to use your GPS, the whole array of things, so that when you take your first solo flight, it's quite exciting and quite frightening and a little bit nerve-wracking, but you've got a little bit of knowledge about what you should be doing. And this game, I think, balances it superbly between pick up and play and full-on simulation. And I don't know if it's because I did take all that time to do some of the flight training, to learn the basics of the game, but from that point on I kind of understood what I should be doing. And I think what the game does really well is it still reminds you for the majority of your playthrough what buttons to press here and there. And you've got your cockpit option. Obviously, as you can see right here, you can fly all the planes from inside the cockpit and keep it completely realistic, or you can obviously fly it outside the cockpit as well. And they're both very viable options. I find if you're going on a flight somewhere where you really are interested in the scenery, it's best to do it outside. You can really soak in the atmosphere of everywhere, and there's quite a lot of options here for this game, I think. I mean, you've got, like, say, your flight training that's going to take you an amount of time to do. You've got some activities to do, and these are like some iconic flights around the world, like Mount Everest in Egypt and Bora Bora and Naples, things like that, for you to go on these really scenic flights, and they're really cool to try out. And those are called discovery flights. And then you've got flight plans, basically, which is essentially the world map, and it is basically the world is your oyster, and you can plan your trip from A to B anywhere you want in the world, and take off from any airport in the world and go on an exploration or go on an adventure. And what is the first thing that pretty much everybody's going to do on this mode? Yes, you're right, try and find where you live. And you saw early in this video, I did find where I lived, and I flew over Halifax in Calderdale. I haven't just quite found my house yet, and that's mainly because the planes are quite fast, and I'm not skilled enough yet to, stop myself crashing into the ground if I, you know, lose attention or get distracted by some of the sights around where I live. But it's a really cool feature, and you can go anywhere in your world with this mode, and it is very, very good indeed. You've got your profile in the main menu, which will allow you to look at your hangar, the planes that you have in your hangar, your content management. Now, there is a huge array of things to download. Once you play this on Xbox Game Pass, there's like the base game, and it's got the basics downloaded onto it, but you can download other bits onto the game to extend it, and they're about, some of them are like between 4 and 6 gigabytes. And it's like, you know, I immediately downloaded like Great Britain and Ireland, you know, the maps for those sort of areas, but you can also do it for all other places around the world. Disappointingly though, and I do have to say this, there is a marketplace where, to be fair, you do get lots of free updates and a couple of free planes and things like that. But if you want to like buy a full catalogue of planes and things like that, it is going to cost you a lot of money. I think some of the prices for some of these planes are pretty extreme. For like, for example, I don't know, a jet, for example, it's going to cost you in UK money something like between £15 and £18. Some of these planes, ridiculous prices, really, and I can't advocate for that. Really, it's pretty poor. I know I've got this free on Game Pass, but even if somebody who out there wants to play this game without getting it on Game Pass, you're going to have to pay if you want all the content here. There is even a premium package that you can pay for that costs £83.49 in the UK, but even for that you only get an extra 5 planes and an extra 5 airports. So while this game is hugely enjoyable, really relaxing, and I can't stress that enough, it is really, really relaxing and chilled out to play. The soundtrack is very chilled. It is lovely to play, and I really am enjoying so many aspects of this game. The discovery element of it, the learning to fly new planes element of it, the going to see the scenery all around the world element of it. Just getting in the plane and going off and having an explore and an adventure is really fun, and it is a wonderful simulation in that aspect. But I do think the prices they're asking for some of these things in this game is pretty scandalous, I have to be honest. And if any of you out there are a huge fan of, you know, flight simulators or planes in general, maybe you're prepared to pay them kind of monies. I certainly aren't. So Microsoft Flight Simulator, yes, it looks as stunning as you think it does. I've not had one crash at all. It runs smoothly on the Series S. Just look at it. It's absolutely beautiful to look at. And I really am enjoying my time playing with it, and I will be putting a lot more time into this game, having a really relaxed, fun time experimenting with it, going on flights all around the world. But I definitely will not be buying any of the extra content in it. So I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. It would have been scored higher if it wasn't for some of the stuff they're charging in Marketplace, but still, it's a wonderful game and I strongly recommend you check it out. Thank you very much for watching, everybody.